Salut, c'est Géraldine, bienvenue sur Comme une Française TV, Sound French, even to the French. Since the late 90s, early 2000s, mobile phones spread fast through French society and with it, text messages. But typing with your thumbs is slow and uneasy, and the number of characters you used to be able to send was limited. This gave rise to a new abbreviation in writing, a compressed language known as le langage SMS, SMS language. And today I want to help you understand how it works in French, so you will better understand the text your Parisian friends might send you, and also better appreciate online social media like Facebook or Twitter. And maybe you will even use it yourself. Why not? Let's dive in. When we write un texto or un SMS, a mobile text message, there is one emblematic way to compress language, phonetic abbreviations. For instance, the letter T in English sounds like te, which is how we often say tu es, or you are in spoken French. By using T on its own instead of writing the whole tu es, you have 4 fewer characters to type. According to a study I just made yesterday, the most common text sent in France is just the 2 words t'es où, short for tu es où or où es-tu, where are you? In the same fashion, si in English is short for c'est, which means it is. For instance, c'est chaud can be written phonetically to skip over half of the letters, and then the meaning is still there. It's warm. By the way, it's also a common interjection for that's tricky or that's terrible or even dumb. In theory, you could trim down a lot of silent letters, but in practice, the more compressed your text, the harder it is to read. If you have something complex to write, you should probably take the time to write the whole words. It's also an aesthetic trade-off. It might be faster to write it this way, but your words are way more ugly. On this subject, many people draw the line in different places. A few people don't see the point of writing incorrectly if you have an efficient keyboard and no character limit. I'm like that. On the other hand, others might go all the way to using numbers for their phonetic cues. For instance, demain for tomorrow. For me, that goes way too far. Some common expressions have had their own acronym already for a long time. Most notably, I'm sure you already know this, SVP or STP for s'il vous plaît and s'il te plaît. These are so common that you might even hear people say the abbreviation in everyday conversation. Some other words are so frequently used, yet so long to type that we have simply scooped out the middle. For instance, QD in English is short for quand or when. The meaning is clear here thanks to the context, and also there aren't exactly many words that start with Q and end with D in the first place. More strangely, we have BX at the end of a message. It means bisous, kisses. Maybe because we think it has a silent X instead of an S at the end? That's weird. But it's not an exact rule. We don't always skip the middle letters. For other words, the middle characters are the only ones we actually keep. For instance, Q is short for quelque. That means some. That's how we have this common abbreviation for quelqu'un, someone. Similarly, pourquoi, Y becomes PQ, or with a dash of phonetics, PK sometimes. PK. This one depends on the context. Sometimes this abbreviation means parce que, which means because. And in other situations, don't confuse it with le PQ, which is common but vulgar slang for le papier toilette, toilet paper. Surprisingly, you don't always need vowels to understand a word. A good example of this in French is je, which means I. You know that. It's very, very easy to switch je pense je pense, I think, for example, to je pense, a shorter written version. While it's a written abbreviation, it's also something you can hear when people speak, especially Parisian people. In text messages, though, you can skip the vowels for other words as well. In most cases, you will end up simply with two repeated consonants. For instance, MM is short for même, which means even or the same, while TT is short for tout, which means everything or all. When we use SS in a text message, it's often short for suis, I am, or sous, under. For instance, here in the example below is how you would compress the sentence Je ne suis même pas sorti du tout. Je ne suis même pas sorti du tout. I didn't even leave at all. Other common abbreviations are PR, PR for pour, that means for, or the three letters DSL, DSL for désolé, sorry. Today's young people have grown up with texting and online chat. Every day new abbreviations are invented, and some of them will probably already be old-fashioned by the time you're watching this video. But anyway, here are some you might find used among younger people. Stuff like BG for beau gosse, literally handsome boy. That's mostly used as you're impressive. Or TKT, TKT is mostly phonetics for t'inquiète, which means don't worry. You can find more about these expressions in a previous episode I made. I will either link in the video description on the blog below the video. As for newer expressions, I will point out to TMTC for toi-même tu sais. It means you know it yourself. Or OKLM for au calme, meaning just chilling or not caring about anything. You might even hear these abbreviations in spoken French. Finally, we have also important certain elements of the English SMS language, such as K for OK, thanks as well, or the most well-known LOL. In writing, we sometimes use MDR instead. It's short for mort de rire, or I'm dying of laughter. Et toi, have you already seen these abbreviations? Did you ever see a French abbreviation online that's still puzzling you? What's your favorite word in your own SMS language? Tell me in the comment section. I want to hear from you. If you're on YouTube, you'll find a link below this video to the blog, Française.com. On the site, I read all the comments and answer all the questions as well. I don't do that on YouTube. Did you like this video? Do you want more? Let me share exclusive lessons, private offers, and my 10 favorite Comme Française handpicked episodes with you by email. It's super easy to join. Leave me your first name and your email and I will get back to you straight away. Subscribe now to get my best content straight to your inbox, the fantastic stuff that is not on YouTube. And the best thing is, it's all free. Merci for watching Comme Française TV, sound French even to the French. Allez, salut!